Alright, bitches, so we are here for episode 27 of Dragon Ball Super, and this episode is called The Earth Explodes, a climactic Kamehameha. So it looks like we are going to get into something I actually wish they had not done that they did in the movie. We'll get into that in a second. But anyway, so this episode begins, just where we left off with Vegeta jumping in to save Goku. And he does mention to Goku, like, come on, I can't believe you let this happen even after Whis warned you of this very thing. And Goku kind of laughs and thanks Vegeta. And then Vegeta yells back to Krillin and Gohan, like, give him a senzu bean or Goku will die. And he kicks Goku over towards the group, similar to how he did it back in the Android Saga, actually. And Frieza, at that moment, goes, I won't let you, and shoots, like, a death beam. Vegeta, obviously, with his god training or whatever, teleports in front of Goku and knocks the blast away. But he doesn't just knock the blast away, he actually sends it through Sorbet, killing him. So that finishes off Sorbet. Then at this point, Vegeta is not fucking around and transforms into Super Saiyan Blue himself. And Frieza, gets off the Mazaka! Can't be, no! And, Vegeta begins whipping Frieza's ass. And, like, he gets in a line, too. Like, as you may know, I'm not tenderhearted like that other guy. And he absolutely gives Frieza the fucking business. And it cuts over to everyone else, and, like, they're kind of like, wow, Vegeta's able to do it too, and Goku elaborates and says, yes, unlike me, who needed the power of other Saiyans to get to the Super Saiyan God level, Vegeta did it all on his own with his own power, which I find pretty interesting that he tapped into a Super Saiyan God type power just by himself. He never did go to the red Super Saiyan form. Which, they did, Goku and Vegeta did talk about how that hyperbolic time chamber type place, it had the same thing going on, where time was, slowed down for them in there, while it was moving normal speed for everyone else outside of it. Clearly, Goku and Vegeta must have discovered this form while they were in there. That's the only thing, because Vegeta, remember, is not surprised at all. His expression basically does not change when Goku goes Super Saiyan Blue. So this is something they were previously aware of. I would like to see them elaborate on that later, but I'm kind of getting the feeling that they're not going to, so, whatever. But Vegeta basically crushes Frieza to the point where Frieza reverts back to normal. And then everyone's kind of like, okay, the fight is over. And Vegeta, like, holds his hand out and charges up an energy attack and says, like, your era is over. You won't be revived this time. And Frieza smirks and says, neither will you. And, like, kind of just hits his hand, like his palm, on the ground. And that causes, the planet to blow up. Just like in the Resurrection of Frieza movie. Now, one thing they do show here that is kind of sad is it does kind of pan over, like, the families. Like, you see Android 18 and Marin, you see Videl with Pan, you see Chi-Chi and, Bulma's parents. You see them all, like, sitting at their homes, and then all of a sudden the fucking planet blows up, and it shows Trunks and Goten, and Mr. Satan and Majin Buu as well. And just before the planet, completely blows up, Beerus kind of, like, says Whis, and Whis is like, right, and hits his staff on the ground and kind of creates a barrier for them. And then it cuts to them being in space, the Earth is gone, it blew up, Frieza, I guess essentially won. And Tien is like, damn, so Frieza was able to take the Earth down as he died as well. And Beerus and Whis are like, no, Frieza can survive in space, so he's fine. And Beerus kind of, I forgot the word. Oh, man, I do that so much where the word is on the tip of my tongue, and it's about to come out, and then I just lose it. But Beerus scolds Goku by saying, your soft attitude is what caused this. And Whis basically, this is where we get into where Whis can do a little bit of time traveling, time control. And Whis says, if we can go back, could you fix this? And Whis reveals that he can rewind time 3 minutes. And Goku does have a flashback to a little earlier in the series when Whis said that before, where he was like, oh, Beerus had sneezed and blown up like some planets or whatever. And Whis said, no need to rewind it this time. So Whis' power to rewind time a little bit is revealed here. I do hate this because this is cheap death. Death with no meaning. This is like, comic shit, like DC Comics, Marvel Comics type bullshit, where there's death, but it's like, like it's gonna be fixed in 2 seconds. Like it's meaningless, cheap. This, like, the Pain saga in Naruto was, like, I felt like some of those were kind of cheap. Like, same thing here, where it's like, yeah, okay, so we're gonna blow up the planet, but, oh, guess what? It never actually happened. We rewinded time. Like, come on, let's just hope that Whis, let's not go to this power again. Like, it's, once, I think, will be sufficient. But Whis rewinds time, and it cuts just to where before Frieza blew up the planet. And Goku, just like in the Resurrection of Frieza movie, jumps in with a Kamehameha and kills Frieza. And everyone kind of explains to Vegeta what happened, and Vegeta kind of accepts it as well. And everyone's all happy. You see Jaco scoping out Frieza's ship, which was not destroyed. Everyone splits off. Goku goes to Kami's lookout to meet up with Dende and Piccolo, and he wants to revive Piccolo with the Namekian Dragon Balls. And you see Gohan go and hug Pan and Videl and vow to protect them. Then it cuts to like a party. They're having a celebration party, and Piccolo is like, oh, Golden Frieza, I can't believe Frieza was able to get so strong. And Trunks and Goten are like, I wish we could have been there. And Trunks jumps up on the table. He's like, yeah, next time we'll do it. We'll beat him by slicing him in half. And that's a really good moment, because it cuts to, like, Goku and Trunks and everyone, and they're like, huh? And, like, they smile. And Trunks is like, did I say something weird? And it's like, oh, you little bastard. That's what future you did to take Frieza down. Then they began, all pigging out, having a nice, delicious dinner. Beerus gives Whis some flack for eating a bunch of delicious meals while Beerus was asleep. And a nice moment that you see is Gohan actually walks up to Piccolo and asks Piccolo to begin training him again so that he can stay on top of things, which I do like. Maybe in the future Gohan can help out in one of these fights, or maybe Gohan could become Super Saiyan Blue Gohan. Yeah, that'd be okay. That'd be fine. Then you see Goku and Vegeta talking, where Goku is like, hey, do you think we should team up one of these times? Because we said we'd have no problem beating Frieza if we teamed up. And Vegeta's like, fuck no. And then Goku's like, I agree. And they both get a laugh as, Vegeta says it's the first time that they've agreed on something. And then the very last shot before the episode ends is it cuts back down in Earth's hell, and you see Frieza is right back where he was before. And he lets off an epic Darth Vader style, no! As the episode ends. So there it is. That's the end of the Resurrection of Frieza arc. So there has been some, new moments throughout the series, but now we're going to start getting into the new shit. That new shit. And in the preview for the next episode, looks like we have a lot of goings on with Champa. So it looks as though, Champa collecting what seems to be some sort of Dragon Balls is going to come into play in the next episode.